Greetings and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, where the 3rd Legion of Mexican Ultimate Cunningness, led by Martin Bustamante, is about to bust their way in to Port-au-Prince and take the island state of Haiti, which apparently all this time I have been mispronouncing. Who would have thought that I was capable of mispronouncing the name of a location and or a person and or a place? It's probably the first and only time that will ever have happened. But now that it has been fixed, thanks to echoes from the future, we can get back to the important job of liberating all of the workers in the Americas from the bourgeois who have kept them under their thumbs for far too long. Which of course begins here in Haiti and will continue in the Dominican Republic next door, to whom we have already justified war, and the people of the Mexican Socialist Republic have accepted its unquestionable patriotic imperative. The day-night cycle is of course on. I'm still not really a massive fan of the day-night cycle, so let's just turn it off. There we go. We'll turn it off. We'll speed time up a little bit. We should be getting a little bit of air support. We do have 2 planes. Look, here they come. We do have 2 planes operating out of Cuba to provide additional support. We could add an additional whole plane if we wanted to, but actually we're not even going to bother because frankly it's not worth it at the moment. It's just not necessary. Do they have an airfield here? They do have an airfield, so we can bring some planes in here for the conquest of the Dominican Republic when the time comes. National focus completed. Construction effort 2. Excellent. We have gotten 2 additional civilian factories and 2 additional building slots are now available to us. Good. We can go down the ideological fanaticism route and get our factions set up, or we can basically speed up some research elsewhere. But I think... or indeed we can get some more military factories through armament effort. But I think let's get ideological fanaticism in, shall we? Plus 5% division attack on core territories, can create factions, just in case the nefarious and perfidious United States decides to attack us out of the blue. Because I have heard, through time and space, whispers have reached my ear of the United States indeed deciding to attack glorious communist Mexicos of alternate dimensions. So we're going to take ideological fanaticism, and we're gonna have that for a bit of added defense capacity. What do we got here? Modified government. We're at war with Haiti. We have an available war goal, which of course is to conquer the Dominican Republic. Expires on the 23rd of December 1940. It's currently November, so we'll just have to keep an eye on that. Make sure we declare war before that expires, and indeed conquer all of the republics of Dominicanization. Until they have been completely conquered by it. How's our construction queue? Oh yeah, we queued up a whole load of stuff, didn't we? We got a whole load of stuff queued up here. There are unknown numbers of Americans across the border, potentially seeking political and or economic refuge in the MSR. And at the moment, we've got lots of holes in our net, actually, that they could be sort of slipping through. So we should probably do something about that. Did we ever get around to building an airfield up here? I kind of think that maybe an airfield would be a good idea. Let's add an airfield to our many, many, many construction queue options here. Airfield, airbase. An airbase, I guess here is probably the most flexible, right in the middle, can provide support out in either direction. Probably a good idea. We'll make it a level 2 airbase, just because we can, because we have that amount of respect and admiration for our airboys. How's the battle going over here? We're up to 92%. Our tactical bombers have been bombing in a tactical fashion. It is nighttime, so they are harder to detect, or at least it was nighttime. Not anymore. Look, in comes another one. Now, I don't know if the Haitians even know what aircraft are. I don't think they have any conception of what is raining fire and death down upon them. Possibly they think that it is some kind of iron dragon in the sky. Certainly we haven't seen or heard of any anti-aircraft fire being used against us, and certainly they haven't attempted to launch even but a single plane, which is just as well, because we may have neglected to build or even research fighter planes to this point, which really is something that we need to rectify in the near future if we can. 93%, the attack is all but 1 here, I think. What is the fleet doing here? We have the second canoe of Mexico. It's just called the second canoe of Mexico. I don't know who named that. But whoever did, this fleet should be out there patrolling the seaways. Let's have them patrolling along the Mexican coast, back there, down to the Western Canal Zone, and of course up into the Caribbean Sea. Where's the first fleet? The first canoe fleet of Mexico, far more epic and awesome in its awesomeness. It even has a submarine. Look, it even has a canoe capable of sailing beneath the waves. Can you imagine such a thing being possible? They're currently patrolling up here at the Florida coast, Caribbean Sea, and into the Western Canal Zone. So I guess that's probably fine. We'll leave them to it. We might want to put people into the Gulf of Mexico at some point, but not right now. Is the battle won yet? It's got to be nearly won. Look, 94%. 94%, and the war rages on. More bombers coming in. Let's speed time up a little bit. We want Martin Bustamante to bust his way into Port-au-Prince, kick down all of the doors of all of the bourgeois that he finds there, and just drag them out by their ears, toss them onto some kind of flotation device, possibly a raft, although we already did that with the Cubans, so maybe the Port-au-Princeans, we could do something else, like we could weave some kind of floating basket perhaps. I'm not sure if they have the necessary weaving skills in Haiti to do that, but if they do, that's what we're going to do. A woven basket boat to ship away all of the bourgeois elite to some faraway place, and then we will bring in the tequila. This entire ship is full of tequila right now. The troops are just kind of crammed up at one end, and the rest of it is just loaded down with tequila and Cuban cigars for all of the Haitians. I imagine they are just cheering right now. I mean, there's a few soldiers who are still fighting, but once they have been dealt with, the rest of the workers of Haiti are just going to be just absolutely welcoming us with open arms. Once again, the ferrets will be brought forth. The Haitian ferrets. Or possibly, I don't know, bush babies? Let's go with that. The bush babies of Haiti will be scampering across the grass, doing backflips and somersaults and cartwheels and all sorts of things like that. Meanwhile, mechanized equipment has been researched, which is good. We can definitely work on a mechanized division for the army. What do we want next now? Okay, that's a good question. That is a very good question. We could maybe continue to work down some of these detachments. Maybe we could get 1939 level engineers. Engineer company entrenchment plus 200%. Yeah, let's get that. And what we'll do is we'll put engineers in all of the guys up here. We'll create a division. In fact, maybe we'll just add them to the standard division de infanteria and have them do the things that they need to do. Let's close that. Let's unpause it. We're nearly there. Dino Enka calls to aid Colombian workers. Is that a greater lie than the supposed liberty of the Colombian people? Would you call it liberty when you are made by the bourgeois elite to scrub all of their vehicles and all of their cars and houses with their bare skin? For this is what they are made to do in Colombia. I know. I have been told. I have seen it with my own eyes. Yes, indeed, my friends. This is what we rescue the Colombians from. No more, not only their own hands, but babies. Babies in arms are used by the bourgeois elite as chamois leathers to wipe down the windscreens of their motor vehicles, and not even fine Mexican Socialist Republican motor vehicles. Oh no, they have the American vehicles. We shall crush their bourgeois dictatorship. Yes, we shall. I mean, your speeches are getting ever more ludicrous, to be fair, Mr. Dino Enka. But nonetheless, we have successfully invaded Port-au-Prince and therefore conquered Haiti by extension. The Treaty of Port-au-Prince. We want, of course, all your states, and that is all. That's all we want. Just that minor thing. Look, we're getting like a flyby by our aircraft. Oh, look, the war is over! Stop dropping bombs! We won! Maybe that was a tequila bomb. I suspect that's probably what it was. Just a whole... Look, this guy coming in as well. If this is another tequila bomb, then alright, fine. But if you're dropping, like, live munitions on... There it goes. Must have been a tequila bomb. We're just going to drown all of the resistance in tequila until they really have had enough of the tequila. There is no resistance though, so it's fine. Everyone is just so thrilled to be conquered by the Mexican Socialist Republic. Frankly, I'm astonished by it. Right, Martin, Bustamante, what we need is a front line set up right here. We also might as well see if there's any reinforcements to bring in from anywhere at all. There isn't. Alright, no reinforcements, you'll just have to take them with what you have. Once that is done, let's get an offensive line, and I guess we'll just go straight for Santo Dominico. I don't suppose we really need to conquer any of these other places. Possibly here, but I'm sure taking Santo Dominico will be all that is required. Begin those preparations, Martin, Bustamante, and let me know when the preparations are complete, and we will declare war. The fall of Berlin! Yes, that's right, folks. The 7th of December, 1940 will go down in history as the day Berlin fell. A Soviet communique has announced the capitulation of all German forces in Berlin. After encircling the city, the Russians stormed it from several different directions, with the German defenders resisting furiously every step of the way. Soviet troops finally fought their way across the Motki Bridge and into the Reichstag building, fighting room by room until they reached the roof, where the Soviet flag was raised over the city. The Battle of Berlin is over. The Soviet bear is growing. Wow. Okay. I mean, things have not gone the way that I had kind of hoped that they would in Europe. Look, I mean, to be fair, these guys are our friends. There are a few little holdouts of German territory here, but I suspect that they will get cut off and annihilated, or they're already cut off. I suspect they'll get annihilated in short order. Germany is just failing horribly. Italy has managed to recapture Rome, to be fair, so a resurgent Italy might be able to help out Germany, but things are not going as I had hoped that they might. Maybe we should consider joining the Comintern now, the Soviets, the Soviet faction. I kind of want to create my own faction, though, to be honest with you. Yeah. I don't think, however, we can rely on the idea that the United States is going to be sending anybody to Europe anytime soon, unless it is, of course, to fight the Soviet Union. Oh, we could trigger some kind of conflict between the Soviet Union and the United States. That might be pretty awesome right there as a plan. We'll have to think about it and lay our many and various plans. But anyway, we can just unpause it now. We should probably just go ahead and declare war on the Dominican Republic before we forget. So let's do that. Declare war on the Dominican Republic. Conquer! What's happening? Transmission from the German Reich. The Dominican Republic has joined the Axis. Dominican Republic. You just running off and trying to... Germany is not going to be able to help you. Did you not just hear that Berlin has fallen? The Mexican Socialist Republic has declared war on the Dominican Republic. Yes, it has. What does this mean? Hold on, we've got free military factories as well. Let's get some of these orders filled for stuff. We need 500 more infantry equipment. How many factories have we got? Another 3. Nice. 3 military factories in Haiti. That's not too bad. We should also think about maybe getting some mechanized infantry under construction as well. Edit the truck Chicos. We'll duplicate the truck Chicos. We will change them to the mech Chicos. Oh yes, the mech Chicos. And we will make these all mechanized infantry instead. There we go. In fact, let's just make this a full 20 width division. What's our current speed? 8 kilometers per hour. If we add artillery, we lose our speed. We don't want to lose the speed. 18 and one more mechanized infantry. We'll chuck some engineers on as well, just to give them the full power. Mech Chicos. These should be quite good defensive units. This could be good for manning our line with America. A bit faster, max speed of 8 kilometers per hour, so they can move around and reinforce each other a bit more quickly. We've got combat width of 20, entrenchment of 5, soft attack 145.8, hard attack of 77.5. All round, hopefully pretty good. Defense of 625. Let's do that. We've got 163 XP. We're going to spend 60 creating the Mech Chicos division. done. And we are going to train up 3 of those as well. And truck Chicos, we'll keep the truck Chicos coming because they're kind of like a small, fast, easy to fill in quickly kind of division. We'll keep the mountaineering division coming as well because we do need them. Let's get production. Let's start a new production then of mechanized equipment 1. We'll start that. We'll put all of our spare factories on it. Creating 1.42 a week, we need 1,500. We need quite a lot. Let's drop our motorized down to 1 because we're now full on that. Put more in. We will be making these quicker once our production efficiency rises up to a nice high level. Otherwise, I think that's probably pretty good right there. Infantry equipment. We always need tons of infantry equipment. It's just the way of things. We'll drop that down. We'll put 1 more there. And that is a good balance. We also have an extra naval dockyard, so let's put an extra 1 working on submarines for now. We'll get more submersible canoes for the war effort. Insufficient resources. We need steel. More steel from the Soviet Union, please. Thank you. We don't have enough convoys for the extra steel. We also need rubber. More rubber from the United Kingdom. We're not going to have enough convoys for this either, are we? Alas, but no, we do not. Alright, in that case, rather than putting that onto a submarine, put it onto a convoy, and we'll take 1 from here. Convoy as well. Make a few more convoys to sort out our various and assorted needs. We are at war with the Dominican Republic. Modify government. We've got 222. We should probably think about doing something here in the near future. Let's just unpause it. We've got an airfield here as well, look, which we should totally bring in our close air support to and deploy them to get things started here. Look, we're actually coming under pretty hefty attack here. Martin, do you know what you're doing? Do you even know what you're doing down here where you are supposed to be attacking the Dominican Republic, who apparently all of a sudden are members of the Axis, and therefore I guess we're at war with the Axis, which is fine because apparently the Axis is failing horribly. Research finished. Delay. Excellent. Italy has joined the Dominican Republic as our enemy in the Mexican-Dominican War. Really, Italy? You're throwing in with the Dominicans? Well, I mean, you know, you do what you think you need to do. Mobile defense. Time to research 90 days. Let's take that. We're going to keep this boffin working on our infantry doctrines until such time as we do it. Non-aggression pact request from the Soviet Union. Sure. Soviet Union? Yes. I do not want aggression with the Soviet Union at all. Probably ever, unless you make the mistake of setting foot upon American soil, north or south, or central for that matter. Current manpower, 6.3. Plan attack bonus, 5%. We kind of want that to go up. If we unpause it, it hopefully will start going up. Look, now we're winning. Now we're winning. When have these guys completed their deployment? Any minute now. Japan has joined the Dominican Republic as our enemy in the Mexican-Dominican War. Really, Japan? This is a terrible idea. The German Reich has called Slovakia as our enemy in the Mexican-Dominican War. Japan has called Menguku as our enemy in the Mexican... Oh no, this is all... this is getting much more complicated than I had wanted it to. I really didn't want to go to war with the Axis. But... is it going to have an effect? Do we need to, like, think about maybe sending out the first canoe fleet to try and protect our convoys and things? New war participant. Finland has joined the German Reich as our enemy in the Mexican-Dominican War. Hungary has joined as well. It's not going to be enough, guys. You know what? Let's just execute the plan, and we're going to get in there and take this, like, pissy little country before anybody gets too upset with us. Look, we've got a whole mass of non-aggression pact requests coming in as well. We're going to decline them all. Look, we're not... Look, just because we attack the Dominican Republic does not mean that we want to have anything to do with your alliance. I don't know, that was something from the Soviet Union. I forgot, I just declined it by accident. Luxembourg, decline that. Republic of Spain, I don't care about any of you people. You're all not in the Americas, and therefore you mean nothing to us Mexican Socialist Republicans at all. Even Australia wants us to sign a non-aggression pact. No. No, 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 no. and no thrice times over. We shall not have anything to do with any of you non-Americanos and your petty wars going on in the far and wide countries of the world, which frankly are just way too way. Overrun? What? Oh, I think I overrun the enemy. I hope I overrun the enemy. It doesn't look like old Martin Bustamante here was overrun himself. That would have been just shocking if that had been the case. Look, we've got the motorized infantry coming in now. That's good. We'll leave him to win his war, because I think he should be able to win it quite convincingly now. I guess we have to worry less about the US now, as we are attacking Axis forces, and that probably pleases them. It doesn't please me, but it probably pleases them. Let's assign these forces to Gallardo's awesome company. The Dominican Republic has capitulated. Dino Enker has announced that the cowardly Dominican nation could no longer withstand the pressure from the overwhelming presence of Mexican forces throughout the country. The Dominican government chose to flee the country and has gone into exile. Their main forces have capitulated, and the Mexican Socialist Republic is now in control of their home area. Though the war against what remains of the Axis continues elsewhere, this is a great victory for the Mexican Socialist Republic. Look, Mr. World Newsman, please make it be known that we Mexicans we don't care a damn about war with the Axis forces. We don't intend to do any fighting with the Axis forces, quite honestly, because, they're not here. They're over there in Europe and stuff, unless any of these South American countries join the Axis, in which case, we might have to have some words. How is our justification going against Colombia? We're getting there, 150 of 175. Look, we've got 3 military factories. Good. We can put more construction in for our new mechanized infantry. How many did we get? Oh, 5. The Dominican Republic had 5 military factories. Nice. Let's put 3 on mech infantry and 2 more into infantry equipment 2. Excellent. They also had 3 more dockyards as well. That's pretty cool. Good stuff. We are at war with Japan, Italy, the Dominican Republic, who are gone, apparently, Menguku, the German Reich, Slovakia, Hungary, and Finland. Our current war participation is 100%. Can we... the Mexican-Dominican War, this is us. War is going 75% in favor of defenders. War is going 75% in favor of defenders. When you say in favor of defenders, I don't know exactly what you mean, because we completely won without a shadow of a doubt. War goal: take Dominican Republic from Dominican Republic, which we succeeded at. All right, well, you know what? They're far enough away that we just don't care. We just don't care. We don't care what they're getting up to. We'll just sort of like keep an eye on it. I suppose it gives us justification for taking on any other countries that happen to be foolish enough to join the Axis forces. Missing equipment production. What are we missing? Close air support. Okay, we'll take off one of these, and we will start producing some more close air support to replace our losses. I guess they had heard of anti-aircraft weaponry in the Dominican Republic, as it turns out. Are we actually getting everything that we need now? I mean, do we have enough convoys? Surplus. We need steel. Bring forth the steel. There we go. We actually have enough convoys for all of our steel requirements and needs. Non-aggression pact request from the Netherlands. No, we're not signing any of your things. The Republic of China wants us to sign a non-aggression pact. No, look, if you're not in the Americas, please do not send us any diplomatic representations, for we shall simply stick it in the bin, or possibly we'll just write return to sender on it and pop it back in the post, as should be done with all forms of junk mail. Battle plans with no units assigned. Alright, we've got 12 units assigned. Let's take some of these and assign. Division assignment mode. Siam has joined the Allies. Japan has declared war on Siam. Assign these to that battle plan. So we've got 9 there and 5 there. Does that make sense? I assumed that Gallardo would take care of that assignment, but apparently that is not his way. How are these guys doing? 10% preparation to attack. 50%, 50%, 50%. Okay, fine. Lots of preparation going on there. Of course, we haven't actually declared war yet, and we can't for another few days, a month or so actually, but it will come. It will come in the near future. This has been a pretty successful day or month indeed. I guess the month of December. We have conquered the Dominican Republic and of course Haiti. Let's not forget them. Both of these countries have fallen to the might of the Mexican Socialist Republic. We have angered something called the Axis. But from what we hear, and we don't hear a lot because frankly we don't care much, but the Axis forces are not doing well across the world. In Europe, Germany is being crushed between the Soviet Union and a France which refuses to give in. Italy seems to have recovered some of its territory, but it's also losing it again to various people. It's definitely not doing too well. China has kicked Japan entirely off the mainland here. Look at this. Japan is right back down to just the island of Japan and a few other little islands around here, possibly out there in the Pacific as well. But frankly, the Axis is all but done in this world. The new conflict, the new world-shattering, world-defining conflict will in fact be between the socialist revolutions that will be sweeping across the Americas any day now, and in Europe, the Soviet Union. Perhaps we should ally ourselves with the Soviet Union, but I just want to have a faction called the Green Dawn, and I want Brazil to be in it, and hopefully that will happen, but possibly not until some time in the future. Look, we've got another request here. Siam wants us to sign a pact of non-aggression. No. World news! Slovakia has capitulated. Joseph Stalin has announced that the cowardly Slovakian nation could no longer withstand the pressure from the overwhelming presence of Soviet forces throughout the country. The Slovakian government has chosen to flee the country and gone into exile. Great news for our friends in the Soviet Union. Siam wants us to sign a non-aggression pact. We refuse. Let's take a look at the Soviet Union. What is our diplomatic standing? Look, we like them. Soviet opinion of us is moderately good. Our opinion of them is quite good. We generally get on quite well. Dino Enka angered by Colombian posturing. Those naive citizens of the Mexican Socialist Republic who imagine the Colombians are people of peace do not know what they talk about. Already today I have seen 14 Colombians brutally attack and murder not only kittens in the street, but puppies too. It is even said that the Colombians eat their ferrets for dinner when they have food aplenty around them. Are these the kind of people who can be allowed to exist? Is this the kind of bourgeois leadership who should be permitted to go on with these barbaric practices? I say no. I say we, the Mexican Socialist Republic, have a duty to go in and free the workers from such bourgeois practices and to bring them much tequila into the bargain. Yes, regardless, we must be ready for war. It's a good thing that the socialists, the Soviets, are so friendly with us. I suspect we can create some kind of alliance with them in the future. But that, of course, is all going to have to wait for that future, as will the inevitable invasion of Colombia, which shall come next time. But until then, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. I have been Weird Wizard, and I will see you later.